Hello, everybody. Welcome to womenlines.com.
Mhm.
When we choose to turn challenges into learning and pain into purpose, we grow beyond what we imagined. And that's exactly what today's inspiring story is all about. We all know that diabetes is far more than just a health condition, friends. It's a global health crisis affecting over 530 million adults worldwide between the ages of 20 and 80. It continues to rise at an alarming rate, with nearly 7 million new cases emerging every year. It's one of the fastest growing afflictions of our time, demanding not just awareness, but empathy and action. While countless resources and books offer guidance on managing diabetes medically, only few speak to the emotional and personal challenges faced by those living with someone battling the condition. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with someone who has lived that story and written it with courage and compassion. Book Living with a Diabetic Partner, a saga of overcoming the odds, is more than a book. It is a testimony of love, resilience, and the incredible power of adaptation. It tells the story of a couple navigating life with an uninvited third partner, diabetes. Through trials, trumps, and transformations, they uncover invaluable life lessons that go beyond the diagnosis. Our guest today is Dr. Nalini Tandon, an accomplished medical professional whose career spans both India and USA. The alumna of the prestigious Lady Hardinge Medical College, Dr. Tandon dedicated 34 years of service at ESIC and later pursued her master's in public health to contribute further during her time in US. She brings not only clinical expertise, but also raw lived experience, bridging the words of science and soul in her writing. Welcome, Dr. Nalini, to our show.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so
Uh,
much, Dr. Nalini, for giving your time. And we are so eager to hear from you. So tell me, what do you hope readers will discover in your book that might change the way they understand diabetes and caregiving?
so this book is primarily, of course, an account of our struggles. That means struggle of my entire family
Definitely.
while dealing with diabetes. And the first thing the people would knows that even if you are highly educated and very knowledgeable about things, you may not be knowing anything about diabetes.
Correct.
My husband is an engineer from IIT, prestigious IIT Kharagpur,
Mhm.
and very knowledgeable. But he had no idea about diabetes. And when initially he was diagnosed with diabetes, he thought within a few weeks he will be all right after taking medicines. He had no idea that this is a lifelong affliction which has affected him.
Very true.
So that is the problem mainly with many in India. They do not understand. They think it will be okay within a few days, or if we stop eating sugar, it will be all right.
Yeah.
So this and many other myths are clarified in my book, and I hope people will be benefited by it. Diabetes has many facets, and in even very experienced people, and even if with my medical background, I was not dealing exactly with diabetes. So whatever I had learned about diabetes, I knew. But in the intricacies of dealing with type 1 diabetes and how you will actually battle with day-to-day problems, that you learn when you as you go along and deal with it. So they will, after reading my story, understand a bit and maybe get the courage to deal with it if they are faced with similar issues.
I'm sure, Dr. Nalini. In the book, you talk about navigating the emotional and physical challenges of living with diabetes. How did you find the strength to stay resilient throughout this journey? And what advice would you give to others in similar situations?
My husband was diagnosed at the age of 37 years, and he was very very particular about eating and food. But he was still diagnosed, and there was no family history of diabetes in his family. So, but what helped is his determined personality, and he is always ready to face challenges and find out the solutions scientifically. So he kept on probing, and whatever was available to us at that time, to read about diabetes, to read and find out, gain knowledge. That is the most important thing. Unless and until you know about the thing which is affecting you, you will not, and actually know, not just hear from people, read and find out only then. And nowadays it is very easy because there is online
Yeah,
so
definitely.
much available.
Correct.
So, but if the readers go through my book, they will understand much more how to deal with it day to day. And that is what is more important. And persistence is also very important. You should not be browbeaten by others, what are others telling you, because people kept advising us,
Very
do
true.
this, do eat that. But we went scientifically as per the rules of the medical advice and not as per what the others were saying. So people kept advising that you do that. At one stage, my husband said, "Okay, let me become a monkey. I'll jump from a tree to tree, and then maybe I'll be all right." But that's not the way to go about it. You have to go scientifically and find out. Diabetes is not a single entity. It's a very complex disease having many facets, and many types of diabetes are there.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that everybody will be facing the same issues or maybe having the same symptoms or maybe having the same complications. So you have to go as per your doctor's advice and as per what your body is telling you.
So well said, Dr. Nalini. And in fact, this is so important that persistence is the key, plus the determination and thinking about those ways which can help people to live better life. I think both points are so important for anybody to lead a healthy life. And knowledge is power. I'm sure everybody believes that. Applied knowledge, I always say superpower, but applied right knowledge has to be applied and used as superpower. So I think having a doctor wife helped him much better, and then the right knowledge helped to take right actions for living. If you could give your past self one quirky survival tip for living with a diabetic partner, which you wish you would have known in the beginning, what would it be? Can you share?
In the beginning, what I wish these days, that I wish we had all the tools which are available now for diagnosing and treating the diabetes. So, and of course, managing the diabetes. So, when you are a diabetic, you have to manage and find out your readings very, very frequently and adjust your meals accordingly, especially if you're a type 1 diabetic, where you need insulin. Because with insulin, your sugar is liable to either go very high or very low. If you haven't taken the right dosage of insulin, your sugar may be persistently high. You've taken more insulin, then it may go down. And this dose of insulin has to be balanced with food. So at that time, we did not have those tools available. Now, of course, we have many things for monitoring and testing your blood, and everything is available so that you can do it. But at that time, it was not available. So that is one thing I wish I had. Then, second thing, towards the end of my book, I have talked about a disease called tuberous sclerosis,
Okay.
which runs in his family, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a genetic disease.
Mm-hmm.
And really recently, I found out that he also has one of these around his kidneys. They are liable to cause problems in the pancreas and the secreting of insulin. So I wish, this is another thing I wish I had known at that time, so we could have dealt with accordingly and not, maybe we may, the life would
Right.
have been led better way.
Very well said, Dr. Nalini. In fact, technology is really helping, and so many gadgets are there, tech gadgets are there, which you can wear and you can carry with yourself. It can definitely help to lead a better life. So it's all about awareness and application, that people are getting awareness about those gadgets, and they are using it properly. So tell me one thing, how does your story challenge common myths of stereotypes about diabetes and relationships? Can you give some insights?
Oh, yes, because my story, no, in my story, after every chapter, I have written a little bit about diabetes and written it very simply so that the common man can understand it. So, the usual myths about diabetes are it's not a serious disease, it will go away if we stop eating sweets. And they also, uh, if we eat sweet in moderation, it will be okay, and it doesn't matter. Diabetes only occurs if you eat sweets. If you stop sweets, it will be okay. And they also have an idea it's irreversible, like my husband thought that, and it will, after some treatment, we will be perfectly all right. They think diabetes is a single entity, and just it's just related with sugar and not eating sugar. But diabetes is a very complex disease. So you have to think, and it affects every part of the body in the long run. It can affect your eyes, it can affect your heart, it can affect your limbs, it can affect your kidneys, it can affect your liver. Every part of the body, every system can be affected by diabetes. Even the later on in the later stages, your brain can also be affected by it. So you have to treat it in a very methodical and scientific way. And my book, if people go through it, they will, uh, a number of myths will be clarified. And they, like, for example, people do not bother about their teeth. So I have given in one of the chapters everything about how to care about your teeth.
Wow.
So, and in the later stages with diabetes, you can become hard of hearing, you can develop glaucoma. So your eyes, your ears, even these things can get affected. And you have to take care of all these parts. You have to be very, very careful in managing your diabetes, keeping the blood sugar under control. If it persistently high, it is going to affect every part of your body in the long run. So that people have to be aware. And I'm sure because I have written it in a story form, and plus in a very simplified lesson for people after each chapter. So I hope that people will benefit after going through it.
Such valuable information you have shared, Dr. Nalini. Friends, do take a note. This book should reach out to people who are having this disease. Plus, it should reach out to youngsters who should be aware about all these challenges. If they are having these challenges, that it's very difficult to manage life. So it's good to get informed at right time and take your lifestyle seriously and follow the right instructions. So thanks for sharing this information, Dr. Nalini. What actionable strategies or mindset shifts do you offer that you believe can really transform the experience of supporting a diabetic partner? You want to share something?
Yeah, the the most important thing are the meals. So people are usually not bothered about meals, and Indians especially, they eat their dinner very late,
Correct.
maybe about 9 o'clock or sometimes even 10 o'clock. So, what I would advise them is please start taking your meals on time, fix it, and stick to it. That is the most important thing. People fix it, make resolutions, and they don't stick to their
Follow it.
resolutions.
Yeah.
So, you have to be very, very persistent about it. And even if you're going out, even if you're going to your friends, over the time, I have experienced in the beginning, people were making faces. Oh, we serve dinner at 8:30. How can we give you at 7 o'clock? You have to wait. You have to adjust. Over the years, everyone in the family has come to know and adjusted.
Wow.
So people will adjust, and they know that this person needs food at this time, and he has to be given. Maybe if you want to eat late, you can eat late, but let's try and eat together. And in the long run, maybe the others also start following good practices. So meals are very important. First is timing, and second is what the contents of your meals. A quarter of your plate should have salads, which is very important and which is one thing the Indians usually lack. I think many youngsters are becoming aware of it, and they are more and more salads are being introduced into their diet, and that is a very good thing. But that is very important. A quarter of plate you should have proteins. A quarter only should have carbohydrates, and unfortunately, more than half of the food we eat in India consists of
Correct.
carbohydrates. And so that is very important. And your meal should include right things. And if it is necessary, consult a dietitian.
Okay.
That consult a dietitian and consult a physiotherapist if you have any problem. These two areas of speciality, which people tend to think becoming a medical doctor is more important. Over the years, I found physiotherapists and dietitians are
Yes.
very important people, and they help you at every stage of your life.
So true. I think the most lucrative fields in the fields of medical science, I think these two are really growing, and so much requirement is there by different age groups. It's not necessary only old age people need their help. It is from the young age. People have
Yeah.
to start getting mindful, and as now awareness is there, many young generation people are getting serious about maintaining their diet and how to take care of your body. If their problem is there, they go to physiotherapists and follow the exercise routine. So very valuable share you have shared, Dr. Nalini. Managing
Mhm.
diabetes often means lots of lifestyle like changes. Any
Mhm.
creative or unusual hack you discover to make your life easy or more fun? Any experiment you have done or you want to share something?
Nothing special. In fact, fixing my meal times uh, to a fixed routine.
Okay.
So, and we started enjoying that. And second thing is experimenting with various dishes.
Oh,
It was really fun trying to create dishes which suit him as well as my children were young at that time when he had it,
very
and so it should suit their palate also. So you become a creative cook, a fun thing
fun
also.
fact.
So I learned so many new dishes, and nowadays, of course, it is all available on internet. But that time, you understand, nothing was available for me,
Very
and I
true.
had to read and ask and experiment myself to do some things. And I, in fact, ended up making soy milk at home myself,
Wow,
soaking
that's
the soy
interesting.
beans, then cleaning them, taking out their cover, and then grinding them, and then pressing them to extract milk. And I even
Interesting.
made tofu out of it. So these were the things which I tried and
Loved
enjoyed.
it. Awesome to know that. So yes, Dr. Nalini, can you give some insights what people can learn from reading the book? Some brief of the book. We will be sharing the link about the book. People can visit
Mhm.
and get the book. They can place the order. But I want to know some brief, like how this book is different from other books and what's the uniqueness of this book.
I'm a very avid reader myself.
Mm-hmm.
So in all my days, I have read a number of books about diabetes also, but none which gives a personal account of your struggles with diabetes in detail. So, first of all, my book, when the reader goes through it, they will, from the age, my husband had developed diabetes when he was 37 years of age, and
Mm-hmm.
today he's more than 78. So, it's a
That's
whole
been a journey.
lifetime
Yeah.
dealing with diabetes. And I have my book ends at the present time. So they will come to know how you deal with the struggle with live with diabetes and a fruitful life. He had a good career. He reached the top notch. He retired as director of jet shop of Indian Airlines. So he reached the top position. He had struggles during his job also. There were problems, but he overcome that. So all that They will learn that if you have trouble, you will overcome. If you have meal problems, how to deal with it. If you will you must have knowledge about diabetes, so they will know right from the how diabetes was discovered and named to what they should eat, right from A to Z. They will have a comprehensive knowledge about diabetes, as well as the story of a couple actually dealing with it, which will maybe inspire them. Some of them may be getting depressed. I have got diabetes, I can't do this, I can't do that. So, no, you can do everything. You can live a full life. So that my story is starts before I got married and ends in the present day when my children are married, settled, and they have my grandchildren are also now in college and doing a job. So it covers almost 3 generations. So,
Wow.
and how they dealt with the problems they saw their grandfather or their father having problems and how they dealt with it. So the cooperation of family is also important. That is one thing. So, and people, my family has gained knowledge about diabetes with this. Others who have come in contact with us have gained knowledge with our experience. So reading the book, I thought that's why I thought let me share it with others. So people will be happy reading it and will learn a lot of reading it.
Wow. So friends, we are having something which will give you hope, which will give you knowledge, which will give you mindset strategies, so many things to get to know from the book. So do visit the link, do order the book, and yes, do share with your network. Thank you so much, Dr. Nalini, for sharing such valuable information with us. I wish you all the best for your book success and take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Charu. Thank you.